Welcome to Rebuilding God's House. God is holy. This is video 2 for the God is series. Bible verse Isaiah chapter 6, verse 3 says, And one cried unto another and said, Holy, holy, holy is the Lord of hosts. The whole earth is full of his glory. God is holy. Isaiah chapter 6, verse 3 declares the holiness of God in the clearest way in Scripture. Holy, holy, holy is the Lord Almighty. The whole earth is full of his glory. This verse sets the foundation for understanding God's nature, his purity, his perfection, and his unmatched greatness. What God's holiness means. Number 1, God's holiness is absolute. Isaiah chapter 6, verse 3 shows that God's holiness is complete and perfect. The seraphim repeat holy 3 times to declare that God's purity is not partial, seasonal, or limited, it is absolute. There is no flaw, no impurity, and no darkness in him. Holiness is the essence of who he is, not just something he possesses. Number 2, God's holiness sets him apart. When the seraphim cry, Holy, they are declaring that God is completely set apart from creation. He is not like us, not influenced by us, and not defined by anything outside himself. His holiness makes him incomparable, unmatched, and exalted above all things. This separation is what makes him worthy of worship and reverence. Number 3, God's holiness fills everything. This whole earth is full of his glory. Means God's holiness is not confined to heaven, it reaches into creation, history, and our daily lives. His holiness shapes the world, reveals his presence, and calls us to respond with awe, surrender, and obedience. Holiness is not distant, it is active and visible in everything God touches. What God's holiness means for us today. God's holiness reminds us that he is completely pure, perfect, and set apart from everything in this world. Isaiah chapter 6 verse 3 shows us that heaven itself declares his holiness without stopping, because there is no flaw, no darkness, and no impurity in him. For us today, this means we can trust God fully. His character is steady, his motives are pure, and his actions are always right. In a world filled with inconsistency and corruption, God's holiness guarantees that he will never fail us, deceive us, or change his nature. He is perfect in all his ways, and that gives us confidence to lean on him completely. God's holiness also calls us to transformation. When Isaiah encountered God's holiness, he immediately saw his own need for cleansing and change. Today, God's holiness still works the same way. It confronts what is broken in us, not to condemn us, but to make us whole. His holiness pulls us out of old patterns, old mindsets, and old behaviors, and invites us into a life that reflects his purity and righteousness. And because the whole earth is full of his glory, his holiness is not distant or unreachable. It is active in our lives, shaping us, correcting us, and drawing us closer to him every day. Bible scriptures to further expound. 1 Peter chapter 1 verse 15 through 16 says, "But as he who called you is holy, you also be holy in all your conduct, because it is written, Be holy, for I am holy." Hebrews chapter 12 verse 14 says, "Make every effort to live in peace with everyone and to be holy. Without holiness, no one will see the Lord." Romans chapter 12 verse 1, "Offer your bodies as a living sacrifice, holy and pleasing to God. This is your true and proper worship." The end. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for watching video 2. This is an amazing series, y'all. I really want y'all to know and understand the nature, the heart, the essence of God and who he is. So this is Rebuilding God's House, and I'll see you for video 3. Bye-bye.